The coronavirus struck a blow to many supply chains as transportation providers canceled ocean and air movements. Factories were shut down due to the spread, and even warehouses were shut down due to employees contracting the virus. For many around the world, their financial situation has come under strain as global economies have shut down in an effort to combat the spread of the virus. Following the initial rush on toilet paper, paper towels, and any type of soap or disinfectant, food and grocery providers have struggled with seemingly odd consumer demand trends throughout the pandemic. Initially, meats flew off the shelves, as did canned goods, yet dairy products in some places were discarded as demand was insufficient for the industry's supply. For supply chain managers, coordinating the supply chains of perishable meats, dairy, vegetables, and fruit is more hands-on and rigorous due to product waste if certain parameters and freshness targets aren't maintained. Let's take a look at a few trends we've seen regarding grocery supply and demand throughout the early part of the summer. Rising prices. Meats such as bacon, hot dogs, pork, seafood, and beef rose in the 4 to 7% range. Sugary desserts such as cookies, donuts, and cake rose around 2 to 3%. Snacks, drinks, and flowers also rose around 2%. Even coffee, cereal, and vegetables saw a moderate 1 to 2% rise. Some items remained flat, such as cheese, rice, and poultry, and really had no significant price movement. Other products have had such a drop in demand that prices have been lowered. This includes dairy, eggs, milk, butter. All these saw a decline in demand and approximately a 1 to 3% drop in grocery store prices. Apples, funny enough, also saw around a 2% price drop. No restaurants means more home cooking. For many Americans, the new reality is spending less on restaurants and more at the grocery store to eat in. Generally, this results in a substantial cost savings, as even with mildly increased grocery prices, the overall cash going towards food is much less without the constant restaurant spending. Many grocery outlets are simply removing incentives and sales on items that are in high demand, which is in effect raising the prices to the end consumer. Most consumers aren't noticing or feeling this increase in price, which likely means that grocery stores will keep the current high prices as the standard going forward. Consumers right now are just happy to be able to get the items and are seeing their credit card statements being lower than normal due to so little restaurant spending. A look into dairy. While dairy prices have only dropped by a few points, the dairy industry is seeing a volume drop of around 12 to 15% in overall demand. It's an odd change without a clear explanation other than many consumers are more interested in non-perishable products, yet the demand for fresh meat is still high. For the dairy industry, this volume drop is really hitting hard, as the industry has been experiencing a pronounced drop in demand as consumer tastes have shifted. Also, the introduction of milk alternatives has lowered milk demand. Continued COVID-19 risk. The largest risk to keep grocery store shelves stocked is spot fire COVID-19 breakouts in warehouses, food production centers, distribution centers, or even grocery stores. Particularly for perishable items, inventory is maintained at a low level and a facility is shut down. This can result in empty shelves fairly quick. Transportation providers are also adapting to new demand as trucking and rail intermodal containers, both dry and refrigerated, are repositioned to provide for proper capacity where it is needed. As certain regions start to reopen and then potentially shut down for a second time, supply and demand will continue to shift and be volatile. Many food producers have a somewhat complicated supply chain, with more foods going to your local Kroger via cross-border freight, perhaps from Mexico, than you might think. For example, many snack foods are moved via truck and train from factories in Mexico to U.S. distribution centers. For the most part, these are non-perishable items. However, there are also a number of vegetables and produce, such as salad and bananas, that require a lot of hands-on care and require more rapid transit time due to their short shelf life. Freight market volatility will likely continue for some time as providers are constantly altering their networks to optimize ROI and asset utilization. Overall, it's really hard to predict how grocery store prices will trend throughout the year, but we don't expect to see a drop. Supply chain volatility is also playing a role in driving grocery store costs up, but many supply chain professionals don't expect this volatility in the supply chain to end anytime soon. Many videos coming along from Zmodal very soon. Zmodal is a digital door-to-door intermodal provider offering access to the North American intermodal network through our easy-to-use dashboard, where users can search routes, book, and execute shipments within a few minutes. Easy shipment tracking, quick payment systems, analytics, and digital document management make Zmodal the easiest way for shippers to convert freight to intermodal. With 24/7 support and security, you can rest assured that your freight is in good hands. Give us a call or sign up today if you want to see how Zmodal can help your supply chain.